Hackaday reports on a benchmark battle featuring every version of Windows since 2001, which means XP, Vista, 7, 8.1, 10, and 11. Apparently not 8. I see those as different, but that's okay. Before we get into the results, which version do you think will win? I, top of head, guessed 7 when I first looked at this whole thing happening.
I knew the answer, but only because we've benchmarked Windows editions before, and because of the whole, okay, this is a bit of a spoiler, but because of the whole Windows 9 thing. Do you remember Windows 9?
Yeah.
So there's a reason that modded...
A tuned up version of that
the
was
best
sick.
Windows was the best Windows for like quite an extended period of time.
Now, did they get into modding?
No.
Okay.
No.
So that's why
But that's
7.
why I knew.
Yeah.
Because even not modded. So a lot of the mods for Windows 9 were less about performance actually, and more just about cleaning up memory usage and improving stability and making the user interface tight.
Windows 9 was so goated. That guy reached out and said he's working on one for 11, I think.
I'm actually stoked.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, carry on.
YouTuber Triggerzolt, nice. Loaded half a dozen ThinkPad X220s,
Nice.
so an i5 2520M, 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gig SSD, and Intel HD 3000. With the professional versions of the last 6 iterations of Windows, got everything totally up to date, which is kind of impressive in its own regard, in a few ways, and conducted a bunch of experiments to learn how Windows performance has changed over the last 2.5 decades, which is a brilliant idea.
Yeah, super cool idea.
Fantastic work. Maybe go check it out instead of just listening to this. They did boot to desktop times, disk usage times, and 5 gigabytes RAM test. How many Chromium tabs can be opened before we hit 5 gigs of RAM? That's interesting. For boot to desktop, fastest to slowest, 8.1 is the oldest version with fast boot.
So it has fast boot, but it's the lightest OS.
That makes sense. A little combination.
Of the ones with fast boot, so it's like wicked fast.
XP and 10 tied, which is hilarious. Just have to say. 7, Vista, and 11 all had taskbar issues, or is that just 11 had taskbar?
Just 11.
Yeah. So 7 and Vista were kind of slow, and then 11, the taskbar took forever to load, which sounds about on brand.
In fairness to 11, this is not supported hardware on Windows 11, but then that's like, I don't know, kind of people's problem with Windows 11.
Oh, a big part of it.
So, yeah. Take the L, Windows 11.
Windows 7 was the worst at disk use. Is that just how big the operating system is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not too surprising. And then the 5 gigs RAM test for how many tabs you can have open. The best was Windows 8.1 and 7 at 252 and 235 tabs. Doesn't that... Okay, so Windows 8.1, 1.
Well,
but it's a huge gap between the other ones, I guess.
Yeah.
The worst was Windows XP. That makes sense. Oh, wait, really? Windows XP and 11?
Yeah.
50 tabs for XP and 49 for 11? Really?
I mean, she's a hungry boy, Luke.
God, that's
she's
so
got to get the
rough,
telemetry
man.
data somehow.
Best overall was 8.1. Windows 11 is generally the slowest.
Actually, what I suspect is that with XP, it's just inefficiently managing it.
Yeah.
And then with 11, it's just a heavier OS overall, so you just have less RAM left to put Chrome tabs in, would be my guess. Whereas like something like Windows 8, like, dude, Windows, okay, and to be clear, that was why Luke and I both raised an eyebrow when we were reading through every version of Windows, because Windows 8 was a giant steaming dumpster fire.
We would all love to forget that Windows 8 ever existed.
Yeah, but I think whitewashing the history of Windows 8.x and just referring to it as, yes, only Windows 8.1, that was the only one that existed, is not giving enough credit to how long Microsoft stubbornly stuck us with that horrible Metro UI that was not immediately obviously removable on the early versions of Windows 8. Like it was a long time. They didn't just launch this thing in early access and go,
no,
oh wow, this sucks. Okay, well, we have a launch date to hit, but we're going to get that fixed like right quick fast for you guys. It was bad for a really long time. And then 8.1 came and just fixed it.
October 2012 was Windows 8's release date. Looks like it was released to manufacturing on August 1st, 2012. And then 8.1, I just lost one of my ears. I don't know if it...
Oh, did I? Sorry, I'll fix it.
Maybe. And then 8.1 was October. Yeah, so it took a year. And that was a dark year.
That was a long... Working at a computer retailer,
Yeah.
that was a long year.
8 was the only operating system that I ever didn't... The only modern... Okay, how do I define this? 8 is the only operating system since 2000 where I had a personal computer and never installed it. I had 8.1, but I think I only ever really dove into 8.1 with Windows 9.
Interesting.
I think I held on to 7 and then went Windows 9, which is 8.1 solidly for sure. I'm accepting that. But it was a modded version of 8.1. And I think that to me means I kind of skipped one because I see 8.1 and 8 so differently.
I'm trying to remember if I went 8 or 8.1 on my desktop, because I don't think I figured out how good 8.1 was until Windows 10 was already out. And like 8.1 had turned into like the sexy, remember when Windows was way lighter and when search worked.
Yeah.
Because I think 8.1 was the last one where the search didn't suck.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's true.
Yeah, so I actually picked up on 8.1 for like running VMs and stuff. And I don't know if I ever desktoped it. I don't remember, but I definitely don't like fondly remember using it like I did with Vista, for instance, which I know is a controversial take, but
I genuinely liked Windows 9.
Deal with it. I loved Vista.
But I think part of the reason why I liked Windows 9 was because it was such a like FU.
Oh yeah. Nice.
To be honest. I was reminiscing over the weekend with a buddy of mine about Windows Vista Black Edition. Which was another which was another like Windows 9 style like community mod, and Black Edition was awesome actually.
I used to have my Windows XP boot logo modded to, I'm trying to find the exact one, I think it was this one, without the shine. I had it set up to load Windows XP Pirated Edition for the loading bar.
Yeah.
Apparently that's been popular across many versions. Actually, okay, I specifically searched for XP, but there are also some ones in here that are not XP. Like this one apparently was Vista. Is that an upside down? Nice. Spicy.